Hi everyone, I'm Gemma and welcome to review of Metallica, the 5th record by Metallica. Today we're celebrating the 35th anniversary of the release, decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. I've already reviewed half of their discography, so go check those videos out. My story with this band is quite simple, it might be slightly similar to yours. When I was born, everyone in my family was a massive fan of this band. At the time, Reload was their newest release. My first memories of jamming to Metallica is around 2000-2001, watching that S&M concert on a DVD, listening to Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets albums on a cassette tape player that was my brother's. Later I got my own cassette tape recorder player, and I would actually jam this record all of the time back then. Also, I Disappear was released as a single around that time, and that song was playing a lot on the TV on a Viva station. Those were fun, simpler times. Later Saint Anger was released, and at the time I remember that people in my vicinity actually did enjoy it, me included. I still love that album. Later Death Magnetic, and that was actually around the time I finally got the internet. So to put it shortly, I've been a fan of this band throughout my entire life. Metallica, also known as the Black Album. I am not going to bore you with the details about this release because it's one of the most influential and known record of all time. I am pretty sure most of the people know how the recording sessions went and etc, etc. The only thing I want to mention is that all of the songs were written by James and Lars, with Jason contributing to My Friend of Misery and Kirk Hammett to 4 of the tracks. That was like a standard thing for Metallica at the time, James and Lars providing the backbone of the song, and sometimes Kirk and Jason would contribute in some minor way. When it comes to the lineup on this release, we've got James Hetfield on the vocals and guitars, yeah, Lars the snare master on the drums, Kirk Hammett on the lead guitar, and Jason Newsted on the bass. The production is titled was handled by Bob Rock, who did the next 3 records as well. We've got no loudness war, no clipping, just the way I like it. The album sounds great to this very day. I am not sure if it actually even needed a remaster, to be quite honest. Message is diverse. The songs are about various topics such as personal struggles, addictions, a long time away from home, religious beliefs being destructive to your health. Interesting stories, like for example Of Wolf and Man is about James being a werewolf and killing people, because why not? I urge you to read the lyrics by yourself so you can find your own meaning within them. As you can probably guess from my voice, the lyrical content is the least important thing for me in music. The instrumental work and how the vocal melodies fit the instruments is the most important part for me. Structure of the tracks is basic, standard intro, verse pre-chorus, chorus, verse pre-chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. It's done on purpose because the band was tired of their more progressive structures on the previous album and Justice for All. When it comes to the music genre, this is a slight departure from their thrash metal roots. I feel like they might have listened to a lot of punk rock, Cowboys from Hell album, and wanted to take their music into a more slow and groovier direction without losing their edge and heavy sound. You could describe it as a heavy metal / groove metal release with some hard rock influences here and there. When it comes to the performance, let's start with the band's drummer Lars. His playing here, I do enjoy it. This is where I've noticed him adding a lot of those snare fills. Not that much double bass work, to be honest. It still occurs here and there, but I wish there was more of it. Overall, the drumming is more subdued and it's here to work in favor of the songs. He's not showing off anywhere. So the drums to me sound perfect and I wouldn't change anything about them. Next we've got the bass work by Jason. It's audible, he mostly follows the guitars, but we have some segments here and there where he deviates from that stuff, or only he is playing, like in the intro of My Friend of Misery. I think the band should have respected Jason more as a musician, as a human being, and he should have had more parts here than that. Next we've got the guitar work by both James and Kirk, and I love the crunchy, heavy, simpler, groovy riffs here and there, doom 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 doom, all of that stuff. Some more intricate and atmospheric melodies here and there as well, which are fantastic, and the best part for me, guitar-wise, are the guitar solos. They're full of energy and passion and emotions in them. Besides that, I also want to mention that I really enjoy them utilizing more of those ancient Egyptian sounding guitar scales. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. There's lots of riffs throughout this record like that, and I always enjoy hearing this in music. We also have some keyboard and symphonic elements here and there, mostly in the song Nothing Else Matters. Yeah, that stuff is cool, it enriches the sound of the music. Last but not least, let's talk about James's vocals, his singing, shouting, yelling, screaming, it's all on point. He sounds full of life and energy. The yeah is here intact and it's wonderful. There is not even one vocal section from him that I would not enjoy. Now we can finally rate the individual songs. The album opens up with Enter Sandman. This is a single with a music video. It's very funny to me because it's about someone basically making you go insane from insomnia, you cannot sleep. It's hilarious because in Europe, where I'm from, Sandman is like a positive character who helps you to sleep, and here we have a dude that's like detrimental to your sanity. This song, to me personally, is very similar to System of a Down, Chop Suey, Linkin Park Crawling, and Evanescence Bring Me to Life. In what ways, you're going to ask? Oh, let me explain. I have heard these songs way too much, to the point that I am unable to enjoy them nowadays. A small 4-year-old James Brimston would listen to this song all the time, to the point that nowadays he is like having PTSD from hearing that main guitar riff. Enter night. Take my hand, I'm Neverland. I still think it's a perfectly crafted song that I did enjoy countless of times, but nowadays I try not to listen to it. I hope you understand what I'm saying. But this is a review where I cannot be biased, so I must say that yeah, this is an 8 out of 10 track, not the best song on the record, but I do enjoy it. I don't think anyone hates on it, people are just tired of hearing it everywhere. Next we've got Sad But True, also a single with a music video, and this one is fantastic. I love the intro. Doom, 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 doom. Hey, hey, I'm your life, I'm the one who takes you there. Hey, hey, I'm your life, I'm the one who cares. I'm your dream, make you real. I'm your eyes when you must steal. I'm your pain when you can feel. You know it's sad but true. Dum 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 dum, sad but true. Sorry guys for goofing off, I just love this song, the verses, the chorus, all of that. Love especially the guitar riffs and that beautiful, weird atmospheric parts in the background of the chorus. It was one of my all-time favorite songs from this record when I was 4 years old, and now I'm almost 30 and it's still one of the best ones here, 10 plus out of 10. Holier than thou you are, oh, do 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 dum, do 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 dum. Apparently Bob Rag wanted this to be a first single from the album and the band still makes fun of him because of that. I can see why, because to me personally this is the second weakest song here. I can see why, because to me this is the second weakest song here. It doesn't mean it's bad, I do enjoy every segment here, the chorus is fun, the guitar solo slaps. It just sounds a little bit like a filler compared to everything else on this release, 8 out of 10. The Unforgiven, one of the two ballads on this release, it slightly reminds me of Fade to Black, just not with that much intensity. And The Unforgiven, one of the two ballads here, this one slightly reminds me of Fade to Black. Obviously it doesn't have that kind of energy and intensity Fade to Black had, but it's still a beautiful song. James' vocals here slap, the drumming is fantastic, same with the guitar work. This track was so good that they've made 2 sequels to it. I love this one the most, then the second song, and the third one was like average to me. Never felt what I've known, Never shine through in what I've shown. Never free, never me. So I dub the Unforgiven. Something along those lines. It's a perfect track. Love it from beginning to the end. 10 out of 10. Wherever I May Roam is my favorite song of this release. I just love the intro, the guitar riffs, the atmosphere this track has. It sounds very ominous and atmospheric. Every single section here slaps. I especially love the bridge, the guitar solo and the chorus. 11 out of 10. Don't tread on me. This is one of the highlights of the release for me. I just love the vocal performance, that main guitar riff, the changes this song has, the chorus, the bridge section, just everything about this one slaps. Do Not Step on the Snake, son, 10 plus out of 10. Through the Never has a fantastic intro riff. Oh, that is ever was, will be, ever, twisting, turning, through the never. Wow. It's probably the most fun song throughout this entire release, 10 plus out of 10. Nothing Else Matters is a song James wrote because he missed his girlfriend and close people and he loved them. That is basically the story behind this one. It's their most popular song. Even people who do not listen to rock music know this one. The intro riff is so simple, anyone with an acoustic guitar can play it as well. What can I tell you about this one without sounding like an asshole? It's a good song, too overplayed for me, overrated. I've heard it millions of times without consent, but on its own, when I've heard it for the first couple of times, yeah, it's actually a pretty good song. When I go through this album, obviously I will not skip Enter Sandman or this song, but on its own I don't think I will ever play it, it's just overplayed in my head. I've heard it too many times. But every single section here slaps and I do enjoy the emotional vocal performance, 8 out of 10. That's all I wanted to say about this one, and nothing else matters. Of Wolf and Man, this one has a fantastic intro, and that main guitar riff, and that fantastic chorus, shape shift, lost the wind, back to the meaning of life. The highlight of this album for sure, fantastic guitar solo as well, 10 plus out of 10. The God That Failed is the most heavy song lyrically on this entire record for sure. I love the heavy and groovy nature of this one, it's personal and it cuts deep, 10 out of 10. My Friend of Misery, this was supposed to be an instrumental track at first, but then James changed his mind. Love the bass lines on this one. The song has a completely different vibe to it. It's very depressive, lack of hope, all of that stuff. I love it, but my only complaint is that it's a little bit too long for me. They should have trimmed it down by a minute or so. Also, I find it funny how some of the Rammstein ballads later on seem to derive a lot of ideas from this song. Not sure if you noticed, but it's something that's been in my mind for a while. Still, this track is 9 out of 10. And the final song, The Struggle Within. This one has a slight vibe of the previous records. It has that thrashy influence. Love the heaviness, the tempo is slightly quicker than the other songs, the chorus is the best part, same with the bridge, 10 out of 10. To sum it up, the consistency is stable, the flow is fitting, groovability. Yeah, this is a masterpiece, there's nothing to hate about this record, it's a banger from beginning to the end, doesn't have any weak songs. It's a pleasure to go through. Sure, some songs are a little bit too overplayed and annoying in the long time. Sure, some of the songs are a little bit overplayed and annoying in the long run, but that could be said about any music that gets popular. While this is not my favorite Metallica release, that would be Master of Puppets, Saint Anger, Ride the Lightning, Death Magnetic, and Injustice for All. This is the 6th best record from them. Celebrate your recipe by spinning this record today, it deserves your love and attention. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram in the description. Shout out to my Patreon supporters who actually sponsor these videos, you're truly wonderful. You can join them if you want so I can make a lyric video, album review, or a dog media cover of your choice. See you next time. Yeah!